He comes with a slight smile, a different approach musically in terms of body language and, as we will discover, in terms of the way he plays, but he is no less threatening. It's incredible to think that we have two unseeded players in this match, this best of 7, vying for a place in the semi-finals, yet on the form they've shown already here in Incheon, you could argue a case for either of these players going all the way. Let's have a quick look then at the head-to-head in WTT terms there. We look back to an encounter at the star contender in Doha, beginning of 2024, won 3-2 by Lin Win-Ru. In terms of all the meetings they've ever had, it's a 3-0 in favor of the man from Chinese Taipei. Kim Young-ju just calls them over. And I'll get Fraser's thoughts on that head-to-head and broadly on what we expect very, very shortly. Fascinating contrast in so many ways between these two, and you'll see that. Body shape, style. Something special about to happen here. Coin toss time.
Red or blue? Red. Red for Lin, blue for Matsushima. You want receive, service, and here.
All right, that's the toss. Fraser, feel free to take issue. I've just suggested that one of these players might feel that, yeah, I could go all the way here. And that's based on what we've seen here this week. Would you disagree with that?
No, I wouldn't. They've both been like knives through butter. And you're right. I mean, despite both being left-handed attackers, they are both different in their demeanor and in their approach. I mean, Matsushima undoubtedly the more powerful of the two, but Lin Win-Ru, he can win so many points under the radar. He's so elusive, particularly in the serve-receive game. This is going to be, I think, a Champions Classic, John. I'd be surprised to see it won in the same fashion Miwa managed to get through Kwaiman.
They are waiting to get a ball to play with, to just get warmed up here, these two players, but it gives us another chance. Look at that angle. It's a lovely low angle. That gives us a look at the different body shapes here. The scary thing about sort of Matsushima is that he's still growing. He's still got some developing to do, but he has this incredible power to him. In Lin Win-Ru's case, he generates it through timing, touch, technique, his own physicality. What's special about this guy?
Oh, there's so much. I mean, his fundamentals are crazy. The contact that he can get is so fine. And he has improved his physicality. He was actually in big trouble against UFA. Could have easily gone 2-1 down, but managed to claw it back. And then I think it's fair to say, battered Tomokazu Haramoto. Despite losing the third game, he was all over him from the get-go.
Yeah, that was a statement victory. Really made attention. The thing about this guy is that when he has played here, he has looked to just get the job done so quickly. It's almost scary.
Look at who he's beaten. I mean, two class players at the top of the European tree. He beat Dang Cho 3-0 and then Jogic, the same flipping scoreline. No chink in the armour for Matsushima. He is a poker face killer.
And everything he does, even when you see him away from the arena, is just done with a calmness, with a little bit of a swagger to him. Almost gives off an insouciant air. Doesn't get fazed by too much. But he wouldn't mind, I'm sure, getting his hands on $40,000 and those 1,000 ITTF World Ranking points that would go with a victory. We're going to find out a bit about Matsushima here. I think we know enough about Lin Win-Ru. He's been around long enough. The fans have decided that they know enough about Lin Win-Ru to suggest that he will win it. But remember, very often the vote shows affection towards players as much as anything else. You look at Matsushima not having dropped a single game here, and surely he merits a chance in this one, Fraser.
Oh yeah, more than a chance. This for me is the toss of a coin. A 50-50. I wouldn't want to make a prediction on it. If you ask me, I may make one, but yeah, I can't wait for this. Two lefties as well. It's so refreshing to watch. So much to look forward to here in the second match of this penultimate day of play.
Keep going, Lin Win-Ru. Yeah, that's a way to do it. And you hesitate to say that this one could go all the way because you've just seen a whitewash for the incredible Miwa Haramoto. Let's see what
Lin
happens
versus Matsushima. First game, Matsushima to serve, lock all. Bet. Lock off. Lock 1.
Oh, plenty of fans in the house for Lin Win-Ru.
Yeah, he's got more of that here.
Here comes Sora.
Soaring through the archer. I won't repeat exactly what Kanat-jar said, but he was correct. Matsushima looks like he couldn't give a hoot. He acts like there's no pressure, it doesn't matter. He plays like he's in the training hall. And that's really, really intimidating when you're up against someone who just shows you nothing, gives you nothing, just dead in the eyes.
And he does it consistently. What about Matsushima? What are the shots that you're particularly picking out that you've seen from him this week that are going to be dangerous?
Oh, there's so many, John, but it's his power. It's his power. You know, he can produce so much racket speed, and he's so well built. It almost doesn't seem to matter what spins on the ball. He'll dismiss it. If the ball's long enough or high enough, he will finish the point.
3-all.
And let's just flip now to Lin Win-Ru. What was behind that, frankly, statement victory that he scored against the top-seeded player?
The subtleties of his serve-receive game, right up there. Maybe even the best serve receiver in the world, Lin Win-Ru, on his day. He's known for his Chiquita flick. You can help him get on the front foot straight away in the rally.
You know, that nearly came back to the table.
At the top edge of the racket, we've seen those land.
He just got the hurry up from coach saying, have a look out.
It's nice, actually. The coach, Seiki Ishikawa, who's now the head coach of the men's team, not too different than Matsushima in terms of personality. He's a very cool cucumber as well. Been a bit of a shuffle. Wow.
5-4.
What can you do about that? Deadly.
So he goes to his right, blasts it on the forehand, inside out. Incredible.
5-all.
Sent Lin Win-Ru to the shop. So what we're seeing here, we're seeing that Matsushima's more powerful. Lin Win-Ru's going to have to try and shut that down with heavy spin and unpredictable placement, or he could be in trouble.
6-5.
Nice wide serve there from the silent assassin.
What's the Lin Win-Ru game plan in terms of where he wants to take Matsushima?
You can't really generalise. It depends on the point. It depends on what the opponent's given him. He just has to look to attack where he can, open the table for himself, make use of the time that he has, and actually make time for himself by being proactive with his movement. He has to play one shot with the next in mind. He doesn't want to get into the long rallies with Matsushima.
Yeah, well said. Probably more a case of what he doesn't want to do than what he does. And at the moment, with a 3-point advantage, what he's doing is working.
8-6.
A fine line between being controlled and being overly aggressive. That was a tough ask. Good dwell from Matsushima with the backhand into that temptation zone.
When you say good dwell, you mean the ball holds up a little bit?
Yeah, you're just making use of the traction of the rubber. Just contacting the ball for a little bit longer. Sort of caressing, holding the ball. Notice it more with slower shots.
He was alive to the danger there. That serve came deep and fast at him, but he had all the time in the world. From being 3 behind, Matsushima now leads by 1.
Love the technique here on this backhand. Served float to the forehand of Lin Winru. Oh, and you see this flick.
Oh, a show of emotion.
Look at this here, John. You see, he doesn't really come up the back of the ball. He comes around the side. There's not much topspin on that receive. And that's why Matsushima dumped it.
The Sora stamp. Now, did you hear that? That was Wong Yi-turn sitting in the chair with that noise because he's part of this Lin Winru team. He makes the noise. His player just does it quietly on the table and has the game point. And there it is. Another outburst from the coach because that is a celebration of winning a very hard-fought first game. This one every bit as tight as we thought it would be. But he takes it by 11-9. The seeds were savage fairly early on here in Incheon. We lost Felix Lebrun right at the first hurdle. Number 1 seed Harimoto also out. So who's still standing? Ugo Calderon has been very impressive. Truls Morgard likewise. Patrick Francisca, they'll come face to face a little bit later on. Lin Gaoyuan is somebody that will be involved in a matchup against Lee Sang-soo to round off this opening session. Well, it's the best of 7, so don't get too carried away, no matter what the fans might be shouting. But that was very important for Lin Winru, wasn't it, Fraser, to take out the first?
It was a clever serve to finish. A little bit bouncier, but still shallow to tempt Matsushima into the flick.
Lin to serve, lock all. One lock.
Didn't look that close. Sora thought he might have had a touch.
You mentioned that Lee Sang-soo and Lin Gaoyuan will close the curtains on this session, John. The winner of this match will play the winner of that one. Yeah, rub in your hands. Don't blame you.
One lock.
Yeah. When he's coming forward and swarming you, that must be an intimidating prospect.
Just loose enough here. And then, yeah, coming across the ball a little bit and going into the middle of Lin Winru.
Oh, you can see the intention.
This is the beauty of the wide serve. It can open the table for you right away. But it was a very snappy receive there from Lin Winru.
Some great gets, some great returns from Lin Winru in vain.
Did very well, didn't he, there? And Matsushima did even better at staying calm, staying fluid and relaxed in the upper body, taking the ball right off the bounce. He could just hit the top edge there with that backhand, Matsushima.
You tend to forget he's so young. His temperament is incredible, Matsushima. Nothing phases him.
Yeah, I mean, Tomokazu Haramoto was the one, wasn't he, beating the top Chinese players so regularly. But I think in terms of a long-term concern, the very, very best players will have their eye more so on Matsushima. I think he has so many strings to his bow. And it's the demeanour. It's the way he goes about it as well. That's a fiery backhand from Lin Win-Ru. Wow.
Oh, calm as you like. That's SORA.
Turned and burned. Again, the wide serve coming in. Lin Win-Ru pivoting. Left the door open. It was a great effort. Matsushima. Stone cold again.
Five, 4.
Knows this is a real chance. The Japanese national champion. And if you watched the final between Matsushima and Shinazuka, but the biggest smile I've ever seen from Matsushima after winning the Japan Nationals.
Well, remember, it also, I mean, he won 4-1, didn't he? And it won by the same scoreline against Haramoto to get to that final. No wonder he was smiling. 17 years old, all Japan champion. But Lin Win-Ru is just opening up a little bit of a gap here.
Such an emotional court swung. He's playing each stroke along with Lin Win-Ru.
Yeah, as I said, he provides the noise, he provides the emotion, because Lin Win-Ru just quietly goes about his business. Undemonstrative, but very effective.
Ooh, Matsushima miffed.
Yeah, this is moving into danger territory, really. He's a game down, 3 behind, getting towards the business end of the second. And the force there, you can see, is with Lin Win-Ru. 6 of the last 8 points. There's another.
5-9.
Getting a bit desperate here, Matsushima. Took on a Chiquita in the point before that he didn't need to. And here, he's lost his head.
Yeah, he lost that 3 points ago.
Yeah,
mentally out of it. Gave up. See the serve at the end there. It's either the 17-year-old in him coming through, or he thought, okay, fine, this one's gone. I'll just have to go the long way round. But either way, Lin Win-Ru will take that, as will his coach. 11-9, 11-5 is very well placed. The Lin Win-Ru fan club very, very happy with proceedings so far against a hugely dangerous opponent. He is 2 games up already in this first of our men's singles quarterfinals this Saturday in the Infinity Arena.
To serve, lock all. Lock 1.
And SORA's going to have to sort his head out, because the way he just gave that end of the second game away, he can't carry that on over into this one.
No.
Presumably he was thinking, right, we start again.
Yeah, maybe just trying to conserve some energy, just sort of sod it, have it, then Win-Ru, you're the better player. Come into game 3 now and just, you know, try and really take the game to Lin Win-Ru. It's interesting, isn't it? After winning that Champions Frankfurt in 2023, Lin Win-Ru has not had too much success.
No. No, his results have been, quite frankly, disappointing. Hence the slip to, what, 14th?
Yeah.
In the rankings?
Feels strange to see him outside the top 10.
What does Sora need to do now? He's got to build again. Not start again, but he's got to somehow rebuild this match.
See if he changes anything with the service. A lot of the issues in the rally is starting straight from the serve receive. But it's the spin factor coming in from Lin Min-Ryu. I talked about the contact briefly. You know, it's such high quality. Every single shot.
Yeah.
4-2.
Really good point, because he's struggling really because Sora Matsushima wants to force the issue. He's not being allowed to. Well, that snapped a run that has seen him take 12 out of the preceding 16 points available. But he still leads by 2 serving.
Like a mantis there, Lin Min-Ryu. That net could have made things difficult. It did give him more time. That's all well and good, though. He was proactive. Oh, so smooth. He's in the groove.
And he's doing it in such a way that we're just seeing the Sora Matsushima head drop a little bit. He's not in a good place, the young man from Japan.
Now it's about the killer instinct of Lin Min-Ryu. Can you finish him off?
7-3. Let 7-3.
Ooh, bit of a tomahawk chop block from Lin Min-Ryu. Man, I've not seen Matsushima this emotional in a while.
And that's it. That's the genius of Lin Min-Ryu. Anything his opponent throws at him, he gets back. And that piles the mental pressure on the young Japanese player.
It's an old head on young shoulders. His anticipation is immense. He knows exactly where the ball's going. He is a mastermind, a genius.
7 game points.
11-3.
And this is just accelerating towards its finale, because it does not look as if that man is able to impact this quarterfinal in any way whatsoever. He succumbs tamely for the second game in a row, and now is 3 down. 9, 5, and 3. That's an alarming trajectory if you're a fan of Sora Matsushima. If ever there was a tough coaching assignment, he's just had it. Teo Kishikawa, with a young charge, a 17-year-old, who's getting blown away here in a big quarter-final in the WTT Champions, and is beginning to look as if mentally he's crumbling. Well, let's see what Sora Matsushima comes back with after that time spent with the coach.
Fourth game, Lin to serve, love all.
This is fascinating, John. I mean, he's the last Japanese player remaining here in Incheon in the men's side of things. Usually you don't see the Japanese players acting like this. He's got that dog in him, Matsushima. And I think what that means is, you know, if he can channel that in the right way, he could definitely be such a force to be reckoned with. The leading man for Japan for a long time.
But you give him the benefit of the doubt, or any doubt that may exist, because he is 17, because he's still learning. And he has got game, hasn't he, as we're seeing.
Port.
Fault called?
1-2.
Just to add salt in the wounds there.
Yeah.
Let.
Did you see, he just flicked the ball away there. He's not happy.
Let. 1-2.
It's moving as if he just wants this one done.
Let. 1-2.
There's a reminder for you. That's what he's got.
Well, Lin Win Win undoubtedly in very good form, very confident, but he wouldn't have been expecting to be in this position at this point in the match, time-wise.
Oh, no way. And there was no way in the end, despite the valiant efforts of Lin Win Win.
Awesome, the rally of the match there. And of course, no reaction from Matsushima.
No, he takes some putting away, the man from Chinese Taipei. It's a sliver of a chance for Sora Matsushima. Leads by 2. Needing to win every game now.
He's done well here after being faltered, Matsushima.
Gathered himself, hasn't he? Because he did look adrift.
Whoa. Sweeping the legs from beneath himself as he played that.
You kind of feel with him that if you can hit his way out of trouble, he might be able to build something on that.
Oh, did an Anders link receive there, Sora Matsushima? 8-2.
That's 8-3. And this is so smart. If Lin Win Win can just hang around a bit here, this game may not yet be done. But there's a chance here for the young man. More than a chance. It's now 6 game points to get 1 back and maybe begin to believe again.
11-4.
Well, we can't speak for his mental state because he gives nothing away, but that offers him grounds for encouragement, belief, maybe opportunity. He's still got to win them all. to make it to the semi-finals, but it's a game on the board for Sora Matsushima. 3-1 to Lin Wenru. Here's some fun for you. This is maybe one of the turning points. Getting it back.
All guns blazing. He's slinging shots. Maybe he's getting his mojo back now, Sora Matsushima.
I get the feeling, and it's just guesswork here, that actually it's less about technical stuff in terms of those little coaching sessions, more the mental approach, isn't it, really, for Sora Matsushima?
It is, John, and Lin Wenru looked like he was struggling to penetrate through Matsushima with the power play in that game.
Matsushima to serve, love all.
Matsushima needs a good start here.
Well, that's what he's going to do. Does Lin have to just do all he can to just slow him down, not give him the board a hit, mix it up, frustrate him again?
Yes, yeah, he does. He has to stay ice cool as well here, Lin Wenru. Nice feeling, goodness me, fanning backhand. Great touch. It's one of the best shots we've seen so far in this match. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So nice, I'll say it twice.
He made a couple of gets here. Look at that, he's on his knees. He's on the ground, Matsushima.
If you know anybody who doesn't think table tennis is a sport, tell them to tune in right here, right now. They will very, very quickly be proven wrong. It is so taxing on the body at this level. The demands, I mean, the posture you have to get, the way you have to anatomically contort to be able to make a counter possible against that level of rotation from that distance.
3-2.
And with that snappy, stabbing backhand, he gets back in front, Matsushima. They're coming thick and fast. Epic rallies. These two are leaving nothing behind.
Look how he held the table there, Matsushima. That was awesome. Lin Wenru couldn't believe it. Threw the kitchen sink at him. Some of that backhand Matsushima played early on in the point. Absolutely clobbered it. This is the very, very highest level of table tennis here.
3-4.
Oh, nearly escaped Matsushima. Great pressure from Lin Wenru, straight from the serve. Surprised Matsushima, who had to improvise and play a push. And then he was on the back foot.
Two really strong points for Lin Wenru there. Just when Matsushima was winding up and promising to give us another one of these epic rallies we've seen. Timeout called. Not only are these two serving up an absolutely absorbing quarterfinal, they look as if they're making a grab to dominate the highlights reels come the end of this week in Incheon. We're seeing great rallies.
Welcome to the new age. future is just so, so bright. Look at that backhand from Matsushima. Trading blows, the control.
That was the one where he held the table, and you're right, to stand there with the pace of the ball, with everything on it coming at him, impassive and unpassable.
Yeah. You shall not pass Lin Winru.
No surprise, the crowd is just fully into this one now. Noisy down there, and both players slugging it out. But the timeout was taken for a reason, because Lin Winru's just put together a string of points, and very good ones at that.
Look how quickly he scuttled across to play that backhand flick from the forehand side, and to play that angle. So cute. Oh. Mesmerizing backhand play from Matsushima. And Lin showing the alpha side now. He wants this badly. He wants to water this title drought.
And a fist pump to the coach as well. Yeah, the alpha came out there. He knows that he wanted to nip the Matsushima comeback in the bud and get this one done. And he's doing just that as it stands. 6 of the last 8 points when it really matters most.
Oh.
4-9.
That could knock the remaining stuffing out of the young man.
Let's have a look at this jump.
10-4.
And just like that, there are 6 match points now for Lin Winru, who has weathered something of a storm, a SORA storm, and now stands on the brink of the semis.
Let 10-4. 11-4.
Banged long. And that is that. It was an unmemorable end to a match which produced some absolute high quality dueling between these two. But in the end, over the piece, not as big a surprise of a scoreline as we saw in our first match today, but still for Lin Winru to get past another highly talented Japanese player and to do so in style, Fraser, that tells you and tells us that he's so back at the top of the men's game, isn't he?
He is. Uncharacteristic to be 14 in the world. He'll be right back up there again. Wow, what a superbly polished performance from Lin Winru. Taking down a man who didn't show a chink in the armour, a man who'd beaten Dang Cho and Jorgic without dropping a single game. That was awesome from start to finish. And well, Matsushima just couldn't really keep his concentration. He was getting frustrated, couldn't manage his stress well enough. We'll see how he develops over the years.
So a man who's been making statements here in Incheon already is about to offer 1 or 2 more for us as Lin Winru, semi-finalist, makes his way to the microphone.
Congratulations on your win, Yunru, and off you go into the semi-finals. What's your take on the match against your opponent, Sora?
恭喜云如率先闯入半决赛，如何评价自己今天的表现和对手的发挥呢？
就感觉还是发挥的非常好吧，然后一开始上来调动也非常快，因为我们就也在同一个俱乐部也训练很多，所以也知道他非常强，然后我就全力去拼了。
I thought I performed very well today, and I thought that the both of us, we started very well today as well. Because we both play in the same club, so we're quite familiar with each other, and I know that my opponent is a very strong player.
All right, and you have had 3 great victories so far. How ready and confident are you about your chances in the semifinals?
你在仁川给我们奉献了非常精彩的3场比赛，怎么看接下来的半决赛呢？
接下来一定也会非常难打，就会希望我可以全力以赴吧。
I think the next match will be very difficult as well, and for me, the most important thing is to do my best.
All right, thank you for that, and good luck in the semifinals, Yunru.
半决赛请加油，谢谢。
谢谢。
Well, they're happy, aren't they? And why not? Because that's another fantastic performance by a player who isn't just about the wily characteristics and the strategy. There's also a steel, a determination, a physicality, an ability to match it with the power players that he stands opposite. A coveted autograph from our semi-finalist, and let's just look ahead, shall we, to what lies in store for him as his